This is the synthesizer effect. The synthesizer effect generates simple waveforms. There is no ADSR envelope or dynamics. It just has a user-selectable wave function. There's a graph showing what the waveform looks like. There's a menu for changing the wave function. The bass frequency is the first harmonic. The wetness is the amount of track audio which passes through.
Innovative solutions for HR, payroll, and talent management. Learn more at ultimatesoftware.com. People first.
And by Cinelerra. If you're a business owner, you know that
The bass frequency is altered by creating harmonics. Use the add and delete buttons to create harmonics. You can manually edit the level, the phase, and the frequency multiple of the harmonics. With multiple harmonics created, the menus now have meaning. The menus automatically generate progressions of harmonics. Let's change the phase of the harmonics. And finally, let's change the level of all the harmonics. To make things easier, there's a keyboard for setting the frequency to exact notes. The keyboard can play momentary notes or persistent notes. When playing momentary notes, a keyframe is generated when you press down, and another keyframe is generated when you release. So in order to make any sound, keyframe generation has to be enabled and the track has to be playing. If the track isn't playing, you'll only get keyframes containing the key release events. Here we have a note about selecting multiple notes. So let's see what happens when we select multiple notes. When multiple notes are selected, changing the frequency pot only changes the lowest note. You have to go back to the keyboard and select only one key to get the other notes to go away. Setting the bass frequency to 0 causes it to mute. Another way to mute it is to delete all the harmonics. In the past, the synthesizer wasn't very useful for making music because the keyframes were very inaccurate. Today, the keyframes are sample accurate. You can go to any sample, create a keyframe with a different sound, and it'll play back exactly on the right sample. Let's make a scale with keyframes and the synthesizer. You can also record music by playing back with keyframing enabled and typing in the song. The accuracy is limited by the speed that the playhead tracks.